from here. Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. So, of course, it is Wednesday, the 28th of August. And as we always do, we are going to run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We're going to take a look at what is going on in the charts. We're going to take a look at what I'm doing within the charts, the trades that I'm taking, the next moves that we're looking for, and, of course, those next trades that I am interested in taking as well. So, yeah, if that all does sound interesting, please do make sure that you smash that thumbs up button. It really helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. And of course, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and turn that bell notification on so you never miss another update. But yeah, enough of that. Let's jump into the charts, right? And yeah, take a look at what is going on. So yeah, as I'm sure you can tell from the title and the thumbnail, and for any regular watchers here who, well, especially watched yesterday's live stream, you will know that I am both long and short on Bitcoin at this moment in time. So I am long from the low and I am also short from the high. And this is a position that I talk about striving to be in a lot on this channel. Okay, being in a position like this is a very, very profitable position to be in. Okay, when you're both long from the low and short from the high, it is an amazing stress-free just an amazing position to be in, because now I can sit back, I can relax, I can kick my feet up. I don't have to worry about what is going on, okay? Because I know that I can profit from either direction, right? Either price going up or price going down, okay? I can profit. Why is this? Well, of course, because I have shorted, okay, from, well, sorry, I'm first of all long from the low. I've taken profit and I moved the stop loss to entry on that, okay? And we've done the same with the short, where I've taken some profit, I've moved the stop loss to entry. So it is now a completely risk-free trade, right? I talk about this on the channel every now and then, that this is the position that you want to strive to be in. As a professional trader, this is the position that you should be striving to be getting yourselves into, because yeah, it is a very, very profitable position to be in, because like I said, you can profit off of either move, right? So where I am right now, I don't care where price goes, because I know that if we see a rise towards the upside, okay, of course I will get stopped out of the short at entry, but then the long trade will continue to pay, okay, and vice versa, right? If we pull back, we get stopped out of the long, I know that that short trade is going to pay, okay? So this is a really, really good position to be in, and it is difficult to get yourself in a position like this, but once you have done it a few times, and once you know how to get yourself in a position like this, it does get easier, okay? It does get easier to get yourself in a position like this, but like I said, a very valuable position to be in. So yeah, what can we be looking from here, right? What can we be looking for price to do from here? Well, of course, right, we have the long from the low off of the failed auction, right, off of the failed auction of the previous range low at approximately $53,200. So that, of course, gave us that long trade setup. We saw the rise up, okay, but then we have to remember, right? What is the trend that we are in? Okay, what is the trend? Well, the trend that we are in, okay, is bearish, right? The fundamentals of the market environment right now, okay, the fundamentals of it is bearish. Why? Because we are again in that bearish market structure, right? Look at this: continuous lower highs, okay, with continuous lower lows, right? So this is, another reason why I've taken the short trade from up here, because I understood, right, that if we get a short trade trigger, entry trigger, right, I know that this could be the short trade that takes price down to a new low. Okay, takes price down to a new low. Why? Because again, it's going back to what the trend is. Okay, the trend is bearish, and the trend is continuous lower highs and continuous lower lows. So we can be looking for this trend to continue. Right? I say this a lot: the trend is your friend until the end. So trade the trend until the end. Okay, I've got a short trade entry trigger here. I've taken the short trade. Okay, and now, of course, right, we are still in bullish market structure. Okay, but if we break this bullish market structure to bearish and we flip it to bearish market structure, what can we be targeting, right? Well, we can be targeting, right, this low down here to be taken out for a new lower low, right? This is exactly what we were looking for back here. Okay, from the short trade up there. This is exactly what we were looking at from the short trade up here. And this is exactly what we were looking at from the short trade up here. Okay, we played this card, right, 3 times before. We've already played this card 3 times before. So we're going to see if we can play the card for a 4th time, right? It's exactly the same setup, right, where we've had a nice, strong, bullish uptrend. We get these short entry triggers. So we take the short, we see price pull back. Okay, we realize some profit. We move the stop loss to entry. Okay, and then we wait. Okay, and we see, all right, bullish market structure has been broken, so we're looking for a new low. Okay, and that's what's happened on this first example here. Okay, we also saw it here, right? That very bullish trend. Okay, we got the short trade set up. Price started to pull back. We realized the TP1. We moved that stop loss to entry. Okay, and then what happened? Price broke the bullish structure, flipped to bearish structure, and that's when we were looking for that new low to be put in. Okay, and it's exactly the same with the prior short trade setup from up here as well. Okay, we broke the bullish structure. So what was I saying back then when we broke the bullish structure? Okay, well, we can be looking for a new low to be put in, and that's exactly what happened, right? So I'm going to say the exact same thing here, right? Yes, we've had the short entry trigger. We're in the short trade, right? Now what we have to do, okay, is we have to wait and remain patient and wait and see whether this bullish structure flips to bearish structure. If it does, that's when I'm talking about, okay, this setup here, where we see price coming down and forming a new low. Okay, so this is something that we do need to be aware of. Okay, breaking that bullish structure would be pretty bearish for me. We've done it 3 times before. So if we do it again, the probabilities of us coming down to a new low are pretty high. Okay, so that's what I would be looking for. But I mean, this bullish structure, right? Again, going back to what I said the prior 3 times as well. If this bullish structure holds, okay, and we continue in this bullish structure, then without a shadow of a doubt, we can go and break this larger time frame bearish structure. 100%. Okay, we can do that. So if we remain in this bullish structure, okay, we continue to form local higher highs and local lower lows, then great, right? We could look to come up to 70k. Coming up to 70k would break the previous lower high, which would then break, of course, the bearish trend, right? So this is what we can be looking for as long as we remain in this bullish structure. If we flip to the bearish structure, okay, we break the bullish structure, we flip to bearish structure, that's when I'm looking for a new low. Okay, why am I talking about all this? Why am I looking at all of this? Well, this is because this is exactly what has happened this time around, and this time around here, right? 3 times before this has happened. Okay, so the chances of it happening again, okay, the chances of it playing out the same way again, okay, are pretty high at this moment in time, right? Again, trade the trend until the trend ends, because the trend is your friend until the end, right? That's literally what we're doing here. And it continues to prove itself. It continues to prove how extremely profitable this has been, right? Just going back to it, right? We've shorted this, we've longed this, we've shorted this, we've longed this. We shorted this. I didn't take the short, right? But some of the team on the Discord did take the short from there. Okay, I was away from the office. We've longed this, we've shorted this. Okay, it's the trend at the moment, okay? And it's just been absolutely amazing to trade, okay? And if you haven't been following, okay, and you haven't been following the trend, well, it's all out here publicly, right? I've been putting it all out there publicly for you guys. Of course, the team in the Discord, right? They get the in time, trade entries. When I actually enter into the trades in the time. Okay, of course, yeah, this was the short trade that I told the team I was entering into. That's of course what the team gets on the Discord, but I'm publicly, telling you guys when I'm in positions here on YouTube as well, right? Of course, it will be after I enter into them, and then I'm also going through what I'm looking for as well. Okay, it's all out there. It's all public, right? All of these previous longs and shorts that I took, and where I was targeting, that was all out there publicly. So I mean, if you haven't been following, okay, then you do need to listen a little bit closely, right? Because I feel like I have proven myself quite a lot over the past few months. Okay, I feel like I've proven myself here, and I feel like there's no hiding it, right? There is absolutely no hiding it, and it continues to prove itself again. Okay, it's continuing to prove itself again. With the long trade here, okay, and of course the short trade now as well. So for me, okay, again, going back to what I said at the start, it's patience, right? I'm in a really, really good position here. I don't really care where price goes from now. I just have to remain patient. Are we back? I think we are back. I believe we are back. That was frustrating for some reason. My Wi-Fi just dropped out. I believe we are back though. So just let me know in the chat if anybody's still here. Let me know in the chat if everything is good. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. Hopefully. Yeah, we should be back now. Hopefully we're back. If anybody's still here, please do let me know in the chat if everything's all good. Let's continue on. So I was going to pull up XO charts and just have a little look at what is going on. So first of all, with the XO charts, let's take a look at what happened here, right? Because remember yesterday, okay, if we take a look at what I was saying yesterday, Bitcoin long squeeze incoming, right? That's what I was looking for yesterday. And this is what I was telling the team on the Discord and the daily market updates. And this is what I was telling you guys here on YouTube as well, that this pullback here will most likely be fueled by longs getting wrecked. Okay. And that's exactly what we saw happen, right? You can see I told the team here, look at all those long trades getting wrecked. Okay. As you can see there. So we had 16 million, 97 million, and 47 million longs getting absolutely wrecked on that move down. As you can see here, if we take a look at XO charts, you can see on the big move down that we had here, again, 19, well, you can see a little bit higher up actually, 13 million. Okay, long trades got wrecked at the high. We saw 2.5 million get wrecked here, 19 million here, 79 million there, and 46 million there. So we saw quite a lot of long trades getting wrecked on this move down. Okay, of course, we had that big decrease in open interest. We had that big decrease in that big increase, let's say, in negative delta. Okay, and yeah, price was pulling back. So what do we know? Okay, we know that this was longs getting wrecked. Okay, and of course, those were the longs that were getting. Those were the 100 and whatever million longs that were coming in. So let's take a look at the 12-hour. And look at the rise here. Okay, how many longs opened up here? Well, we had 104 million in this candle here, and at the high we had 57 million longs opening up there. Again, you can see on this big pullback we had 141 million long trades getting absolutely wrecked. Okay, absolutely wrecked. Okay, and yeah, that literally wiped out pretty much all of the long trades that opened up here and at the high. Okay, completely wiped all of those out. Why? Because we had about 160 million longs open up here. Okay, and you can see 140 of them did get wrecked. We did then see lots of long trades open up here. We saw 39 million longs open up here. But then what happened today? Okay, we saw 44 million of those get completely wrecked again. Okay, we saw price actually form a new low here as well. Okay, so wrecking even more longs that opened up back here as well. So this was just a huge long squeeze, squeezing out all of these longs. This was what we were looking for. This is what we were anticipating, right? This is exactly what has happened. So yeah, it's really nice to see. It's really nice to see that. When we're planning for that, and we can. I love. Yeah, I just love looking at order flow so much because you can anticipate these huge moves. And without it, I do not know what I would do. To be honest with you, I have no idea what I would do. So yeah, today we had a bit of a swing failure pattern of this low. It's not something I'm interested in trading. To be honest with you, I'm really, like I said at the start, I've said this a lot already. I know I'm really happy with how I'm positioned in the market at this moment in time. So I'm not pulling my hair out. I'm not biting my nails. Not that I would ever would. Okay, to be in a trade, right? I'm calm. Okay, collective, and yeah, I don't feel the need to be looking for another trade at this moment in time. Again, the opportunities were there. Okay, I put the opportunities that we had, of course, in the Discord, as I always do. I also shared the opportunities here on YouTube, of course, not live in the time when I took them, but of course, I did give those in advance for free here as well. Those were the trades to have, right? Those were the trades to have, okay? If you're not in either the long from the low or the short from the high, okay, for me, I don't see any other trade, right? I just don't see any other trade from here. And I think we would have to remain a little bit more patient for any other trade setup, right? The next trade setup I'd kind of be looking for at this moment in time, because of course it could change, right? Maybe we could start to consolidate a lot here and then I'd be looking for some day trades. But at this moment in time, the only kind of trades I'll be looking for is maybe coming up and taking out this high here for a short trade, okay? Because remember what happened the previous time, the time before that, okay, and the time before that, we form a bit of a local high, we pull back, come back up, then we get the bigger move down. Local high, pull back up, bigger move down. Local high, pull back, bigger move up, okay, to take the high out, then the bigger move down. Okay, so we could still, right, see, right, price take out this, okay, maybe it's a local high, maybe we see price come up, take it out, and then we get another short trade to then possibly take us down to a new low. Okay, so this is what I would be, remaining patient for and waiting for if I wasn't in a trade. And I mean, this is a trade that I would be looking to take because, of course, if we come up here, I'm getting stopped out of the short entry. Okay, then I'd be looking for that. Okay, that would be the next short trade that I would look for. Do we have any naked point of controls at that level? Okay, we do. Yes, not one I'd be all that interested in. I'd rather see it a little bit higher. But we do have, of course, the daily naked point of control at 66,325. Okay, so maybe we come up a little higher, take that out. Okay, then for the failed auction or the swing failure pattern, and then the short trade. So yeah, I like that as a possibility. Okay, of course, if this is not going to be the pullback that takes us to a lower low, that's kind of what I would be looking for. But of course, we do not need to get the short trade set up, right? We don't need to get the short trade set up. We could just see price smash through this and continue higher. That's also a possibility. And to the downside for the long trades, I'll be looking for the exact same long trade, to be honest with you. It would be the short coming down to take out the low, and taking out the low, we would look for the failed auction for the long trade to then, of course, take us back up. Well, I'd say that's a little bit too high, to be honest with you. We would look for the trend to continue, right? So we'd be looking for something like that, okay, where we come take out the low, okay, like we did here, okay, like we did here, and like we did here. Okay, that's kind of what I would be looking for the same thing to play out. And I'd be looking for the exact same thing where I would either like to see millions of shorts open up at the low for then price to rise, and we create millions of trapped shorts at the low, which would, of course, be forced to cover if price starts to rise, meaning that they would have to buy back into the market, which would, of course, add fuel to the fire, pushing price higher. We also could see the other scenario where we get a huge long squeeze of just longs covering. Okay, again, it's the domino effect. You know, I've now got a new favorite emoji, and yeah, well, it's not an emoji, but yeah, I do now have it's not really an emoji, but we can call it emoji of yeah, the little domino effect, right? Because that's exactly what we're looking at here, right? For a long squeeze, right? That domino effect of longs covering, selling into the market, pushing the price down into more longs who do the same, domino effect, right? And that could take us all the way down, and that could wipe out a huge chunk of the market. And then for me, you know, after seeing a huge chunk of the market getting wiped out, that's just another amazing opportunity to be getting into a trade, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, it's just patience. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see what plays out. Do we come up for the short trade? Okay, I can just see Damien has jumped into the chat as well. So, you know, I know Damien is looking for that $66,000 level as well. So that would line up quite nicely with his analysis. Yeah, I remember that. And then, of course, we do have that possible long scenario from down there as well. Again, I'm looking for that trend to continue. So let's just have a look at the chat. So Damien, good to see you back, my friend. Amazing stuff, but I'm still waiting for the 66K level. Yes. I didn't even read the comment, but yeah, I knew that you were still looking for that level. I have my my rules set, or 47K long, just what you're looking at. SFP ETH at 2K would be a nice SFP long. So yeah, so you would be looking for yeah, you're saying 47. So yeah, that would be, of course, yeah, the swing failure pattern, or could be a failed auction as well. Okay, of that previous low here. Have we got? Let's see. Yeah, we got naked points of controls down there, so that's lovely to see. That is lovely to see. We've got a naked point of control at 47,250. So yeah, that would be the next best long trade, yeah, in my opinion, to be honest with you, the next best swing long trade. And yeah, of course, you're 66. So yeah, for me as well, it's yeah, okay, right. If we come up here, we take out the high, okay, for like a failed auction or a swing failure pattern, great, right? This is another shorting opportunity. And then we do have resistance up there as well for confluence, right? We do have the 66,325 daily naked point of control, and then a little bit higher, we do have $67,300. So maybe we could see price come up there. We'll have to see, of course. I don't really care where price goes. Okay, all I'm doing is I'm looking for the trade entry trigger. Once I see a trade entry trigger, that's when I take the trade, right? Very, very simple. So, yeah, that's kind of what I would be looking at, to be honest with you. And then it's like, again, right, we're in the bullish market structure. If we start to lose that bullish market structure and we flip that to the bearish structure, that's when I would be thinking to myself, okay, we're coming down for a new low. Because where we are now, I'm not fully confident that we're going to come down and form a new low. Okay, that's just how I feel at this moment in time. I'm not fully confident on it. Why? Because we're locally still in this bullish trend. If we start to lose that bullish trend, okay, right then, okay, I'm more confident on price coming down and forming a new low, right? That's how I would be viewing it, right? That's how I would be viewing it. If, of course, we continue this bullish trend, right, we can continue to look for higher prices. Because where I am right now, I'm thinking to myself, okay, if this is just going to be a higher low, we can look for higher prices here. Okay, that's kind of what's going through my mind at this moment in time. But if we lose this, okay, we can be looking for a new lower low. Okay, very, very simple, but very effective, right? It's been proven so many times. I've proven it to you guys over the past... many times over the past few months. Okay, any regular watchers of the channel, you will know exactly what I am talking about, of course. But yeah, it's patience. It is patience. It's a big part of trading. It is a very big part of trading, and that's what needs to be exercised at this moment in time. So stock market is still a little bit sideways. But yeah, we have seen a big pullback here. ETH, so Damien was looking at the swing failure from the low down here on Ethereum. Which, yeah, I personally think that would be a really nice level as well, to be honest. I would agree with you on that, Damien. I do like that level for a possible long trade. I would like to see what the order flow is down there. And to be honest, I just haven't been trading Ethereum much recently. I did enter into a bit of a long on ETH, but it was a spot long trade, and I did the same with Pepe as well. A bit of a spot long trade, and I've fully closed those now when I took profit on Bitcoin. But other than that, I just haven't really been trading. I've just really been enjoying trading Bitcoin, and I felt as though over the past year, I have just found myself trading Bitcoin. I just enjoy it so much. It's just, yeah, I just find the best trade setups, I feel like I always find the best trade setups on Bitcoin. And for me, that's just what I want. That's it. Okay. I don't really need anything else. To be honest with you. And I feel like if you've found something that works for you, I don't think I'm a big believer in not changing anything. If what you have works, okay, and you're happy with what you have, then I don't think you need to change anything. And I think I'm a big believer in that. And it's like, okay, right. Sometimes some of you may put in, in previous live streams, right? Some of you have put in, oh, have you looked at this indicator or this indicator, right? One of the examples was the moon phase. And it's like, yeah, I can have a look at it. I can see what it's all about. I don't really care about it because it's not necessary for me. I don't need it. I don't need any other tools other than the ones that I have now. Okay, yes, right. If there's a new tool that comes out and, I read about it, it sounds interesting. Okay, I'll take a look at it. I'll experiment with it, but I'm not going to implement it into any of my strategies, into any of my any of my trade entry triggers. Okay, because first of all, I haven't built statistics on it, but second of all, it's like what I have now works. So what is a new tool going to really do for me? Because it's never going to give me a 100% win rate. I understand that. So it's like, if I do see anything that I find interesting, okay, yes, I'll look at it. Okay, but it's not something that I would ever I just don't see myself ever implementing anything into my trading strategies or my trade entry triggers ever again, to be honest with you. Of course, yeah, maybe something new comes out. We'll have to see. Okay, maybe something new comes out. I don't know. Okay, that could be, really, really helpful. And yeah, I could implement that. But the chances of that happening, I'd say pretty low. Maybe I'm just being a little bit oblivious to it, but I just feel like other than order flow, what else do you really need? That's kind of how I see it. But yeah, again, it's just personal preference, right? Personal preference, whatever suits you, right? I found what suits me, so I'm going to stick to that, and I will never not never change the way I trade, to be honest with you. You need rules, backtesting strategies, SP500, SFP of 5,700 points. And strategies, and then SP500, SFP of 5,700 points level or failed auction for market crash. So yeah, rules very important, and back testing your strategies is a huge thing in trading. But yeah, let's have a look at so S&P 500. So 5,700. We're all the way up here. So yeah, a swing failure pattern of that, or a failed auction of that high, that would be an interesting daily level. I have to zoom out. Yeah, so we've got a daily level up there as well. So I do like that. Yeah, I do like that for, possibly a big market crash. Yeah. If we do form a swing failure pattern of the high, failed auction of the high, we could see something big, catastrophic like this, right? But yeah, again, for me, you have to come and look at the order flow up here as well at the same time. It's like you can trade solely off of swing failure patterns and failed auctions. I understand that. But yeah, I don't, that's not how I choose to trade. I'll be looking at the order flow. So yeah, it's a great point. I think we could see that, right? I do honestly think we could see that. I would like to see lots of longs opening up here, and I don't actually pay for, because you can pay extra to have the stock market order flow. I don't actually have that, to be honest with you, because I don't actually trade the stock market anymore. So I just don't pay for that. But it's a possibility. So if you're checking the order flow in the time and you see lots of longs open up here, swing failure pattern, failed auction, then yeah, we could see a huge crash, because I'm sure, and I can't, don't hold me to this, because again, I'm not looking at the order flow, but I'm pretty certain that this move here was fueled by just millions of longs opening up on the stock market. So we would be looking for a huge long squeeze if we were to see this, of course. That's kind of what we would be looking for, to be honest with you. But I can't really comment too much on what is going on there, because again, I don't pay. I should probably do it, to be honest with you. I should probably just pay to see the order flow on the stock market as well, because it is valuable. But again, it's like I don't let the stock market ever affect any of my trades on Bitcoin ever. I don't let them ever, unless okay, we're seeing a huge crash in the stock market, then maybe I'll stay clear from a long trade on Bitcoin, even if I do get a trade entry trigger, because I understand that Bitcoin follows it a lot of the time. towards the downside, especially, not always to the upside. This is what we see a lot, where we see the stock market crash, Bitcoin crash, we see the stock market pump. Sometimes Bitcoin will follow it, not all of the time, but sometimes. FOMC meeting is set in September. Rate cuts come in. Cuts come in. S&P 500, then a long squeeze. There is 150 billion longs on that move. Yeah. So yeah, we would be looking at a mega long squeeze. The FOMC meeting of rate cuts, everyone is going to be thinking super bullish, all in on the rate cuts and trapping them. Yeah. I mean, this is quite funny, right? This is quite fun. I was on a walk with my dog a few hours ago, and one of my neighbors, he's I'm fairly friendly with him, and I haven't seen him in quite some time, to be honest with you. And he of course knows what we have a conversation. He knows what I do as a job, and yeah, he dabbles in it as well. He said that he does dabble in it, and one of his theories is that because I was chatting to him, and he was saying that we've got these rates cuts coming in, so we're probably going to see a lot of the market pump massively. And then I had to kind of explain to him that this is something that a lot of people are thinking about, but for me and how I look to trade, I'm looking at that as, okay, if everybody's thinking that, I don't see that really happening. I'd see it in the opposite direction. It's quite interesting that that you said that, to be honest, Damien, because I literally, like 2 hours ago, had a chat with my neighbor about that exact scenario. So it's exactly that, right? Super bullish, all in, and then we get the trap longs at the high. Price starts to pull back. What are these longs coming in? They're all retail traders, pretty much, right? A large portion of them are retail traders. They're fearful. They're emotional. They get fearful quickly, and that's when we see that huge, in this case it would be a huge long squeeze, right? So really valid point there. Thank you for bringing that up. But this is, of course, again, we do not want to be doing what the majority of the market does. I was literally talking to my neighbor about that as well. Like, just think about it logically. I feel like these markets, people overcomplicate these markets, right? People overcomplicate these markets a lot, and I think these markets are more down to common sense than anything else. Okay, it is kind of more down to common sense, right? Of course, if you open a long trade, you're not fully protected in that long trade, right? If price starts to pull back, okay, you are going to have to cover from that long trade, okay? And covering out of a long trade, you're just adding to the fire, right? You're adding fuel to the fire. You're continuing to push price down, and this is what a lot of people do not realize. This is why 95% of traders fail, because they all do the same thing. So you want to be that 5% or whatever percent it is nowadays of traders who don't do what the sheep do. Okay, don't do what everybody else does. Right? You need to be doing the opposite of what everybody else does, and that's kind of that's literally what the strategies that I implement, okay, are based off of, right? It's doing what other people aren't, the opposite of what other people are doing. Okay, it's a very hard thing to get into. I know that because I've been through it. Okay, doing the opposite of what everybody else is doing, right? Being, as people call it, right, breaking out of the matrix, right, type thing. It's very hard to do that, right? It's very hard to do something different to what everybody else is doing. But there is light at the end of the tunnel if you do choose that path. Okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel if you do choose that path. It's again, it's hard, right? Because you're doing what you've been taught by all of these big influencers not to do, right? Not to catch a falling knife. And yeah, I understand, okay, that no, I'm not trying to catch a falling knife, right? But okay, no retail trader was looking at entering into a long trade down here. Okay, I was. Okay, they all looked at entering into long trades up here. Okay, and what's just happened to them? Right, well, they've got completely wrecked on this move down. Okay, we can visibly see it. Right, we can literally visibly see this. Okay, we can visibly see the sheep FOMOing into the market. Okay, 160 million sheep FOMOed into the market up here, longed up here. Okay, and then of course here you can see 140 of them got wiped out, and then another 44 million got wiped out here. Okay, so this is just what I try and do is I just try and put it in a perspective to you where we're not looking to do what everybody else is doing. We're looking to do the opposite, right? 95% of people here on YouTube will be telling you long the breakout. Okay, look for the market structure change, all of these things. Okay, at that point you're too late. You're honestly too late for the trade. You may as well just not even enter the trade. Okay, we are looking at taking advantage of these people who are clueless in the markets, who do not know what they're doing in the markets, right? That's what we're here to do. Okay, this is a proven strategy, let's call it, to making profits in this market. Okay, this is how markets move. Okay, the markets move because retail traders cover, right? That's what we take advantage of here. Okay, and that's what large proportions of the markets move because of. It's mainly retail traders. Yes, okay, we have the big institutions who may nudge the market, right? But they are not the ones causing the whole move, right? Yes, maybe they're the catalyst for it. Okay, but then it's the retail traders who initially move the market, okay, and ruin themselves, wreck themselves, because of course it's not a retail trader individually. Of course it's them as a collective, okay, because you've got longs that long the high, okay, and again it's the domino effect that I talk about all of the time. The longs at the high, when they cover, they sell into more longs who cover, sell into more longs who cover. It's just that domino effect, right? And that's what moves the market, okay. And there's proof there, right? The proof, okay, is just, here's an example, right? We saw 160 million longs open up here, okay. Price started to pull back, 140 of them covered here, and another 44 of them covered here. Okay, the proof is there, right? That's what you need to understand. That's what you need to read. Okay, so I will never ever come out of a losing trade, because I do take losing trades here and now. I will never come out of a losing trade and say, oh, the market makers have fucked me over here. The market makers have come and hunted for my stop loss. No, I would never say that, because that's not what they're doing. They're just not doing that, right? And that's what retail traders think all of the time. Oh, the market's been manipulated. If you say the market's been manipulated, then you don't understand the markets. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe the market is, I wouldn't call it manipulated, I'd say nudged. Okay, which, yeah, okay, you can call it manipulation, because you're nudging the market and then you're nudging all of the retail traders to wreck themselves, right? Yeah, okay, you can call that manipulation. For me, and how I think about it, is that I'm not thinking about it as manipulation. Okay, I'm thinking about it as, okay, right, big players are allowed, right? They're allowed to be in this market. Everybody is allowed to be in this market. So they are doing what they are allowed to do. Okay. And yes, right, they have large sums of money. Okay. Yes, they can nudge the market a little bit. Okay. And what they do is they can throw off a lot of retail traders. I understand that. But then it's those retail traders who don't know what they're doing. Okay. And who've got themselves into that rubbish position anyway. Okay, they've got themselves into a rubbish FOMO trade anyway. Okay, so it's all down. It's all their fault, right? It's all the retail traders' fault. It's always your fault. If you take a loss in this market, if you are consistently unprofitable in this market, if you are consistently profitable, all of it is your fault. It's all down to you. So yeah, when anyone says market manipulation to me, I just know instantly that they do not understand how the markets work, right? It's you class it as manipulation, but I just don't see it that way, because every single time we see a huge chunk of the market getting wrecked, what drives it? Okay, well, it's the retail traders getting wrecked, which actually drives the markets. Okay, it's not new short trades coming in. Okay, we don't see one huge big whale just shorting. We don't see that, right? Again, it's like this move down here was perfect proof. We saw next to no shorts open up down on this move down. Okay, it was just all long trades getting wrecked. That's literally what it was. So yeah, again, another thing I like to say a lot, it's retail traders who are the ones that truly move the markets, okay? And they don't know it, okay? And that's why you won't hear a lot of people say it. You won't hear a lot of people say retail traders move the markets, because they're retail traders themselves. They trade like retail traders. Everyone is so bullish on rate cuts. It's exit liquidity for the super big players. Exactly, right? Exactly. Big players, again, they're not doing it. The big players aren't sheep. The big players aren't sheep, right? They are doing the opposite of what the sheep are doing. Okay, you can call them the wolf if you want to put it that way. Okay, you can call them the wolf in the market, right? And they are out there to get all of the sheep. Okay, and how do you take advantage of all the sheep? Okay, well, you do exactly what the sheep aren't doing. Okay, you do the opposite to what the sheep are doing. Huge volatility should be coming in September. All the people that work in banks have holidays till mid-September. Come back into office, rate cuts, come in and dump it on the markets. To be perfectly honest with you there, Damien, I did not know that. So yeah, thank you very much for letting us know. To be honest with you, I did not know that. So that'll be interesting to see. That will be very interesting to see. I didn't know that the banks had holidays till mid September, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, that's quite interesting to be honest. I can't remember the last time I've been in a bank. I can't really remember the last time I have. I feel like everything nowadays is all online. Like my bank as well, it's all online. I don't. Yeah, well, I'm guessing you're talking about the big hedge funds as well. But yeah, to be honest, I didn't know that. So that's interesting to know, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens, right? We will see what happens. But anyway, I think I am going to leave that there, to be honest with you. It is almost 9 o'clock here in the UK. I did come live a little bit later than usual. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go and get some dinner because I haven't had any dinner yet. Banks trades are off from May to September. All the best traders have loads of days off. Hedge funds. So yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't actually know that. And the best traders, yeah. So I guess if I want to class myself as one of the best traders, I need to have some more days off, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I've said before, I trade a lot less now than I used to, right? When I finally became consistently profitable, I started taking like 10 times less trades than I did when I was unprofitable. I was taking more trades when I was unprofitable. So yeah, I fully get that. The better traders, the more time off, less trades in general, to be honest with you. So yeah, thank you very much for that input, Damien. Always good to see you here. So I think I will leave that there. Like I said, it's 9 o'clock and I'm going to go get myself some dinner finally because I'm very, very hungry. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. If you haven't already, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. It's always good to see familiar faces. Damien, as always, it's really good to see you here. So thank you for putting your input into the chat as you always do. Yeah, of course, I will see you guys tomorrow for the next live stream, which is of course Thursday. And for any Visionary members, of course, I will see you over on the Visionary Discord. Of course, if you want access to this, that's the first link in the description. So yeah, take care, and I will see you guys later. And any Visionary members, I will see you in the Discord. So yeah, Damien, legend as always. You are a legend. Thank you very much, Damien. You are a big legend here on the channel, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back